while your mum and a little wear skinny jeans. Oh, hello, it's yourselves. Welcome to the first live online AOG streaming service. Had a few bit of technical issues starting here, so hopefully you're managing to tune in fine tonight. So we do have an exciting night for you tonight. So start we're going to hear Ross is going to be leading us in worship just in a few minutes. Unfortunately, there's no yellow bricks tonight, but he's still looking good, so he'll be coming along to lead us in some worship. Then just after that, we're going to have Pirate Jim. She's going to be giving us a story tonight as well, so she'll be coming on just after Jim. And then we're going to have our guest speaker. So our guest speaker has written several books. The latest was a biography of her involvement in the Manchester rave scene in the 90s. And since a lengthy jail service sentence in Brazil was cut short, when it came to light that how she kind of helped to defend an Amazonian village for a horde of fire ants using nothing but a hoe and a glass of water, she then went on to... Sorry? Okay, sorry, hang on. My director's just speaking to me. That's a speaker for next week. Okay, right, hang on. It's the wrong notes. Okay, sorry, our speaker tonight is Priscilla Buchan. So I don't think she's written a book, but I'm sure that tonight Priscilla's got a great word for us. So you're in for a treat with Priscilla tonight. So for them that didn't ken Priscilla, she's married to Billy, and she's got 4 bairns. And she likes to call me enough and nick 'em. And I'm pretty sure she's got to come with that later on when she comes on. But I'm sure she's got a great word for us tonight. So that's what's happening tonight. So again, if you're streaming and you're just tuning in for the first time, thanks for tuning in. So what we're going to do just now, we're going to get Ross and James up, and we're just going to lead a couple of songs in worship. Okay, thank you.
We've waited for this day. We're gathered in your name, calling out to you. Your glory like a fire, awakening desire, will burn our hearts with truth. You're the reason we're here. You're the reason we're singing. Open up the heavens, we want to see you. show us your glory, Lord. Show us your glory. Show us your power. Show us your glory, Lord. Show us your glory. Show us your power. Show us your glory, Lord. Open up the heavens, we want to see you. Open up the floodgates, a mighty river flowing from your heart and filling every part of our praise. Open up the heavens, we want to see you. Open up the floodgates, a mighty river flowing from your heart and filling every part of our praise. I was buried beneath my shame. Who could carry that kind of weight? It was my tomb till I met you. I was breathing but not alive. Oh, my failures I tried to hide. It was my tomb till I met you. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. Now your mercy has saved my soul. Now your freedom is all I know. The old man knew Jesus when I met you. Oh, what a day when you called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. You called my name and I ran out of that grave, out of the darkness into your glorious day. I needed rescue, my sin was heavy. The chains break at the weight of your glory. I needed shelter, I was an orphan. Now you call me a citizen of heaven. When I was broken, you were my healing. Now your love is the air that I'm breathing. I have a future, my eyes are open, 'cause when you call my name, faithful and so unchanging, ageless one, you're my rock of peace, Lord of all, I depend on you. I call out to you again and again. I call out to you again and again. You are my rock in times of trouble. You lift me up when I fall down. Oh, through the storm, your love is the anchor. My hope is in you alone. Faithful and so unchanging, ageless one, you're my rock of peace, Lord of all, I depend on you. I call out to you again and again. I call out to you again and again. You are my rock in times of trouble. You lift me up when I fall down. Oh, through the storm, your love is the anchor. My hope is in you alone. You are my rock in times of trouble. You lift me up when I fall down. Oh, through the storm, your love is the anchor. My hope is in
Ahoy there, my hearties. It's Jem here. Are you ready for today's Bible story? Great. Well, actually, I don't know if you are ready because you need to know what prop you need to go and find for the story. Today, you need to run into the kitchen and find a tea towel. So can you go and grab a tea towel and bring it back clear as you can? Because today's story is all about sacrifice, and that means giving up things that you have for somebody else. And it's the beautiful story of the widow giving up her last 2 coins. Okay, how are we doing? Got your tea towel? Great. Because this story can be found in 2 books of the Bible, in the books of Mark and of Luke. All right, my hearties? So now, grab your tea towel and pop it over your head like this. Now, no, we're not being shepherds. It's not the nativity, not just yet. This is for us to look a little bit like a very poor widow in the story, all right? Now we're going to go and join my very good friend, so much like me, to tell us about this wonderful story.
What's the largest amount of money you've seen in your whole life? A big bundle of banknotes? Or some glittering gold coins? Now it is a lot of money, and money has a big part to play in today's story. There once was a widow, which is the word for a woman whose husband has died. She liked to go to her temple to pray, where there was also a collection box. The box was for people to put money into, money to look after the temple and to help the poor. Now the widow was poor herself because her husband had left her with hardly any money, but she loved the temple and she wanted to help people who were even worse off than her.
How are you today? Very well, thank you. How are you? I'm fine, thank you.
But she couldn't get anywhere near the box. There were too many rich people hanging it.
Nice to see you. See you too.
Why were they taking so long? Why didn't they just put their money in and move on? Because the rich people wanted to take their time. They wanted to make sure that one could see how rich and generous they were. They were showing off. All day long, the richest people in the city would wander up to and drop in their gold coins and their precious. Imagine the widow must have felt looking on. She really wanted to help, but had nowhere near as much money to give as the rich people. How much did she have to give? Here's how much. 2 copper coins. It's not much, is it? But it's everything that she had, and she really wanted help. And then she saw her chance. The coast was clear. Doing her best to act like the others, she walked up to the collection box and dropped in both her coins. The rich people often looked down on other people for giving such small amounts. But what they didn't was that the widow had made such a huge sacrifice by giving everything that she had. The rich people definitely didn't want to give everything that they had. No, they only wanted to give a really tiny amount of their money. They didn't want to make a sacrifice. They only wanted to look generous. It was the poor who made the great sacrifice, giving away everything she had because she wanted to help.
Wow, what a beautiful story. What a incredible woman. She gave up her last 2 coins. That's everything she had to give to the temple, to give to the church, for the work of the church to continue to bless people, to help people in the community, to help keep the building great and for people to be able to go to worship in. Like, what an incredible model she was. So what do you think that perhaps you're being asked to sacrifice, to give up to Jesus, help his kingdom here on earth? Maybe it is money, maybe it's time, or maybe it's your heart. Maybe to give up yourself and give yourself back to Jesus, back to God, the one who loves and created you. And you know what? It'll be the best thing you've ever given up. Totally worth it. Because God loves you and wants to give the most amazing blessings, if only bring what you have to him. Have a great day, my hearties. See you soon.
Hello, fine to see you all the night. Well, the amount of folk it's in here, which is very few. Hopefully this comes across fine to you. It's like being in the church, which we're missing off of. I've got a little story for you tonight, and it was one that I was telling the grandchildren just about a few weeks ago, and I got a word for it. And I kent this word was for something, and I just didn't ken how I was going to get it across. I lay in my bed, and I never told Billy about it or none of the parents, but when I was telling him my story, I got a word. And just a couple of weeks ago, or maybe even last week, Fiona Penny phoned to say, would I speak live on tonight? So here I am live. We've ticked off the boxes, we've been to the toilet, we've got in our false teeth, we've got all this kind of things organised, and we're here. And it's live, it's a live show. And it's quite a bit scary kind, but we're going to go with it. I've got a word in my heart, and I'm going to put it across to you as best I can. I'll start off with speaking. It's normally the lost son or the lost sheep that I would usually speak about or tell a story about to the parents, but it was a lost coin. And I got so much for this passage, and I hope you get a wee heart for it as well. The parable of the lost coin. Luke 15, verses 8 to 10. Or what woman, having 10 silver coins, if she loses one coin, does not light a lamp, sweep the house, and search carefully until she finds it? And when she has found it, she calls her friends and neighbours together, saying, Rejoice with me, for I have found the piece which I lost. Likewise, I say to you, there is joy in the presence of the angels of God over one sinner who repents. That's a lovely story, and the parents really enjoyed getting it. But what a mess that coin was in. She had lost that one coin. I didn't care what that one coin had meant to her, but I would say it was a roof over her head, it was maybe the food in their bellies, their families' bellies. She was desperate. She was looking for it. And just first of all, in the very beginning, you just think, what a midden. I don't care if anybody kens what a midden is here. I maybe better interpret it, since this is a live show. But a midden means a mess. She was in a mess. She had lost that coin, and it meant a lot to her. And she wasn't settling until she found that coin. It was urgent. It was an urgent feeling to find it. She was pretty desperate. It was truly lost. What a feeling. Just the other week, and it's just maybe a couple of weeks or weekends ago, I lost Harlow, one of my grandchildren. I mean, I was always losing Xander when he was little, but oh my goodness, I lost Harlow, and I was next door, I was doing it at the bottom of the street, I was looking away for Harlow. I was a bit hysterical. Billy was like, calm down, she canna be far, but I was just past myself. Far was she? Underneath the table. In the house. I had been out away looking for her, I'd looked away. This is a new game that they're playing. What a feeling, a urgency, what a feeling in my heart, a panic. And that had been like that woman. I would like to talk to you tonight about that lost feeling. I don't care how you're feeling tonight. If you're in your living rooms, you're in a car hearing it, or you'll hear it later on, you're out walking maybe, I don't care. But are you in a midden tonight? Are you lost? Have you lost your way in some way? You can be lost in different ways. Lost with worries. How much nights have we tossed and turned over worries of parents, grandchildren, things at work, things that's going on at home. Just lost in a mess, just a midden. Heartaches. There's plenty heartaches just now. Bereavements. How sad folk are. And they're just lost in their own sad corners and they just can't get out of this mess. Are you lost tonight? A lot of folk are lost now, and they're lost in fear. Fear of death. I've come not to be too serious with you tonight. I've come to give you a bit of hope, give you the assurance. I didn't speak about death tonight to make you feared. I speak about death tonight to give you an assurance. Assurance, I know one, it can give you this assurance. Maybe this COVID pandemic has made what was already a bad situation afore even worse. Are you lost? I know of one who can help your desperate situation. You see, at the very beginning of this, when the woman had lost her coin, somebody saw that. Somebody saw that coin was lost. Somebody sees that you're lost tonight. Somebody sees your desperate situation. Somebody sees the urgency you have, wondering how you're going to get through another night. You're maybe so lonely, you're so desperate, things has just gotten into a right midden. But you ken something, God sees it. God sees, so far that coin was, he sees that we are lost. Isn't that one? Your situation here is not hopeless. I know of one that can help your situation. He can find you. You're lost in maybe a lot of things. We've seen in the TV for months this death toll going up and then down and down. It's been a lot to fear a lost, and the fear of death is an awful thing. It's been a lot in the forefront. And if we read 1 Corinthians 15, verses 55 to 58. O death, where is your sting? O Hades, where is your victory? The sting of death is sin, and the strength of sin is the law. But thanks be to God, who gives us a victory through our Lord Jesus Christ. Therefore, my beloved brethren, be steadfast, immovable, always abounding in the work of Lord, knowing that your labour is not in vain in the Lord. You see, God sent his Son to die on the cross, and he's taken the sting of death away from us. What an assurance that we have, haven't we? What an assurance that we have nae death, we'll live eternally with him, because Jesus died on the cross to save us from